27 to 29. And when Jesus departed from there, two blind men followed him, crying out and saying, Son of David, have mercy on us. And when he had come into the house, the blind men came to him, and Jesus said to them, Do you believe that I am able to do this? They said to him, Yes, Lord. Jesus asked them a question. Do you believe that I can do this? And they said, Yes. We do believe. And in John 11, go to John 11, 25 and 26. Jesus asked another question. John 11, 25 and 26, and it says, Jesus said to her, we all know this story. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this? So, that is the question he's asking us this morning. Do you believe? Do you believe what you read? Do you believe what you hear? Do you believe his promises? And okay, and what we want to do. We have sung this song. We know we will get it. Do you believe you will get it? Sometimes we say we do believe, but our actions says otherwise. When you feel like, sometimes when life is really squeezing you, and you have prayed and prayed and prayed and called on your God and nothing seems to be happening, do you still believe? And I want us to just dwell on one of the names of God here, as the Holy Spirit shows us what he wants us to get from this name. Just one of his names, Jehovah Shammah. We just sang that we know we will get there. But we all know that Jehovah Shammah means the Lord is there. Where you said you know you will get. The word is saying the Lord is there. So we just look at the name Jehovah Shammah. And this name was received by the prophet Ezekiel when the people of Israel were in captivity, and we all know what they went through there when they were in captivity, or the struggle and the despair, the distress and all that. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel. In Ezekiel 48, Ezekiel 48 and verse 35. When we go home in your free time, you can read the whole chapter of Ezekiel. That will bring the meaning of the verse 35. But 35 is the last verse of Ezekiel 48. But it just talks about when the children were in captivity and God was describing, or God was painting a picture of their eternal home, or the home he was preparing for them That is the New Jerusalem, which is our home as well. From verse 1, if you read, you see God was giving them a description of how the city would look like. And then when he said all, and he was ending in verse 35, he said to Ezekiel, all the way around shall be 18,000 cubits. And the name of the city from that day shall be, the Lord is there. The name of the city, God was putting himself in the city. And he said, it will be the Lord is there. So the Lord is there. The Lord is with you. Amen. Wherever you go, when you wake up and whatever you are going through, he's saying he's there. Amen. But do you believe that? Do you believe that? You might say, oh, this one is old covenant stuff. Maybe this is in the, yeah. He was talking to the people of Israel, so it's old covenant. But, you know, when God gave prophet Isaiah also the revelation or the prophecy about the coming king, the Messiah, he said to the prophet that in Isaiah 7 and verse 14, he says something. If you give me a shout, please, Isaiah 7 and 14. He said the name of the child, the virgin, will give birth to shall be called Emmanuel. And Emmanuel, what does it mean also? God with you. So we have both. We have God is there, and we have God with us. So God is truly with us. But the question is, do we truly believe? Because our actions, most of the time, says otherwise. Why? Because of what we go through, or because of the circumstance we find ourselves in sometimes when we are really down in the pit and darkness is all around and we don't see the way forward. We tend easily to just give up, or if we don't give up, we find it difficult to really have confidence in what we think we know about God, or what the Word of God says, that even in the waters, in the fire, I am there with you. Amen. So if you are there with me, why this struggle? Why am I praying and this sickness seems not to subside? Nothing seems to be happening. But you are saying you are there. He's saying, do you believe in times like that? Do you believe that I am there with you? Do you? David, I love David. You know, David really understood what it means when God says he is with you. We know this psalm very well, Psalm 23. He said, even though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Because you are with me. Because you are with me doesn't mean I will not go through the darkest times. He didn't say that. He said, even though I go through that, you are with me. David, he understood. So I just want to just encourage us that no, even though you are going through what you are going through and you have prayed and things are not turning out the way you want or you desire, doesn't change his word. He doesn't change what he has said. He said, I am here. And I found this in Luke. Let's speak to Luke. At Luke. Let's look at Luke. Chapter 24 and 13 to 35. Luke 24, 13 to 35. I saw something profound there and I took it. Luke 24. Oh, sorry, 13 to 35. It's a long verse. We might not read all of it. Okay. Luke 24, verse 13. Now behold, two of them were traveling that same day to a village called Emmaus, which was 7 miles from Jerusalem, and they talked together of all these things which had happened. So it was, while they conversed and reasoned, that Jesus himself drew near and went with them, but their eyes were restrained, so that they did not know him. 17. And he said to them, what kind of conversation is it that you have with one another as you walked and are sad? Then the one whose name was Cleopas answered and said to him, are you the only stranger in Jerusalem, and have you not known the things which happened there in these days? And he said to them, what things? So this account is about the resurrection of Jesus. You know, when he died and he rose again. The third day he rose again. We all know that. But then, in verse 12, we are told here that Peter went to the tomb and didn't find the body of Jesus there. That same day, two of these disciples were going to Emmaus and they encountered Jesus. Verse 17, Jesus asked them, what kind of conversation is this that you have with one another as you walk and are sad? And they are sad. Why are they sad? Because of all the events that has taken place. Jesus has been crucified and has been buried. So they were sad. And they should be, don't they? They should be. Because Jesus, their leader, Jesus, their hope, has been crucified and has been buried. And so they were talking and they were going. And then Jesus appeared. And then when Jesus appeared, they couldn't recognize him. Why? Let's go. Verse 21. But we were hoping that it was he who was going to redeem Israel. They had hope. So it seems that their hopes were shattered. So now, what is the next for us? Our only hope, we thought he was going to redeem us. Now he's dead. So what now? What will come of us? But Jesus was walking with them. He was with them, but they were saying, we thought he was going to redeem us. Now he's dead. Did they believe what they said, what Jesus said before he died? That I will die and I will rise up again the third day. That day was the third day, remember? It was the third day. Jesus appeared. Jesus was walking with them. But still, darkness was around them. Because their focus was somewhere else. Their focus wasn't on the resurrection. Their focus wasn't on the words that Jesus had spoken. Their focus was what they were going through now. The hope that was gone. Verse 25. So after they told Jesus, and they even called Jesus, are you the only stranger here? You've not heard what's going on. So after they've accounted on everything that has gone on to Jesus, verse 25, Jesus said, and he said to them, O foolish ones, and slow of heart to believe in all that the prophets have spoken. So, what is Jesus saying here? You are foolish to believe. You did not believe all that was told to you, and all that even I told you before I died, before now. 26. Ought not the Christ to have suffered these things and to enter into glory? Shouldn't the Christ suffer before entering into glory? Shouldn't we sow in tears before reaping in joy? Shouldn't we sow a seed before harvesting? Shouldn't we? We just want to. But before harvest, there is sowing. Before testimony that we all yearn to share, there is a test. There is. So we have to welcome it all. But do we believe that that is what he's saying to you? That whatever you are going through, it may be a test, it may be a trial. So why wish it away? Because if there's no suffering, there can never be glory. Jesus said here, 27, and beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded to them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. So Jesus took the opportunity now to explain scriptures to them. And I like what they did in verse 29. But they constrained him, saying, because as they walked along, verse 28 says, Jesus wanted to go further. But they said no. They constrained him, saying, I think the NIV or the NLT said, they urged him strongly. Can you give me an NIV? Yeah. But they urged him strongly to stay with them. Stay with us, for it is nearly evening, and the day is almost over. This is one very good thing they did. And as a result of that, see what happened in verse 32. No, Let's look at from 30. Now it came to pass. So Jesus went with them to stay. Verse 30. Now it came to pass, as he sat at table with them, that he took bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to them. And then their eyes were opened, and they knew him. And he vanished from their sight. Verse 32. And they said to one another, now they were putting one and one together to make two. And they said to one another, did not our hearts burn within us while he talked with us on the road, and while he opened the scriptures to us? Did not. We felt it. We do sometimes, but we ignore, don't we? We feel his presence. But they just ignore. But then when their eyes were opened by the communion, so communion is really good. You can open your eyes. When their eyes were open, now they began to put, yes, that's why I felt this way when he was speaking. So, if they hadn't constrained him to go with them, I like what the NIV used. They urged strongly. So Jesus had no choice but to go with them. Do you urge him strongly? That way, that he will have no choice but to attend to you. Do you do that? And do you even believe at all that when you do that, he will also do something? So the word I want to speak in, I want us to take really today is this question. Do you believe after all that is done, or after all the promises you read from his word? Do you believe? Do you believe that he is who he says he is, Jehovah Shammah, in your life? When we go through times of despair like this, disciples, and you are on your own road to Emmaus, okay, and you are thinking and you are confused and you are not sure how it's going to end up, and Jesus shows up. And he starts to speak with you. Will you believe that he is with you and he's the one nudging you? He's the one giving you the direction. Because you know, when you are in darkness, or in your darkest moments, not only can your eyes be blind, but your ears also can be blocked from and hearing his whisper. But that is the time also the enemy takes the opportunity to really pounce, to do his own thing. The word of God says that he prowls like a roaring lion, and we all know that. He's seeking every time. And the time that he's able to really win on us is when we are in darkness, not when we are high up in the spirit. He won't come near you when you are, but when you are in your vulnerable state, that's when you see him show up. Because when he whispers one, you will hear it twice because of where you are. But I want us to really put it before us always that if you don't suffer, you're not going to get any glory. So if you want the glory, you don't deny the Lord in your suffering times. Amen. Amen. In Matthew 28 and verse 20, if you give me NLT for this one, Jesus gave us an assurance. He said, I am with you always. I am with you always. Do you understand that? I am with you always, even to the end of the age. What is the end of the age? So forever now, I am with you to the end of the age. And we are told also in Hebrews 13, verse 5 and 6. Hebrews 13, 5 and 6. He said, the writer of Hebrews was saying here that I will never leave you nor forsake you. And these words were spoken by Moses again in Deuteronomy 31 and verse 6, when Moses was at the end of his years, and he was going to hand over his leadership or the mantle to Joshua. He encouraged the people of Israel in Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Deuteronomy 31, 6. Okay, he said, be strong and of good courage. Do not fear nor be afraid of them. Of who? Yeah. All of them. All of them. Pain, sickness, the challenges, the circumstances and situations that you find yourself in. He's saying that don't be afraid of them. Here he was talking to the enemies of Israel. And our enemies now are all those things that makes life very uncomfortable for us. He is the one. For the Lord your God, he is the one who goes with you. Amen. And he's saying, he will not leave you. He will not forsake you. Do you believe that the Lord is saying that to you right now? At this moment of despair in your life, if you are going through one, do you believe that? And I want to encourage us now. The fact that sometimes I don't feel his presence at all. And you know, when I don't feel the presence, I begin to wonder. And I begin to ask questions. What have I done wrong? Or what am I doing wrong? It's okay I believe it's okay to ask that. Like, what am I doing? Because I really expect or want to always, in whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, to feel that he is with me. That my feeling it won't move God. Whether I feel it or not, I'm beginning to learn that it doesn't matter what he has said in his word, that he is with me. He is with me. So I don't have to feel it to know it. So whether we feel it or we don't feel it, whether we get answered prayers or not, his word doesn't change. Jehovah Shammah, he will forever be there for us. Amen. So just take bind it around your neck. That's what Solomon said to his son. Hide it in the intents of your heart. Because it will be life unto you, the word of God. And it will be healing to all your flesh. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I really hope that this word has something. I just want to tell you that I love you and